Is there a pinch me moment that stands out to you, do you reckon? Hi guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Off Air podcast. Today we are here with Abby. She is an announcer as well in Kalgoorlie, of all places, which I think is so cool because you're doing amazing things in a small country town. I would love to know where you started out. Let's start from the beginning. Is there a moment, like, did you always want to be a radio host, or like, what was the story?
Look, I think we'll take it back to high school. Also, hi, nice to meet you guys, all the listeners out there. Abby, it's so good to be on your podcast. This is so cool. I'm in awe of what you do. So, ironic that, we're here together. We'll go back to high school because I think this is really when my radio passion started. So I went to boarding school. I went to an all-girls boarding school in Perth in Western Australia. And I think it was around year 10. And we were coming back from a social event where, you have it's like a disco, like a school disco with the boys' schools and other girls' schools. And on the way back to the boarding house, all the girls were like, oh, did you see this boy? He was so cute tonight. And I'd be at the back of the bus listening to Nova being like, what small's he giving away? So, I think from a very young age, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So, I think that's really when I knew that I wanted to be in radio.
Abby knew who she was from a very early age.
Yeah. 15-year-old Abby, she knew what she wanted. So, I think that's when it really kicked in for me that, making other people feel good from wherever you are in the world or in the country is a very possible thing, and that's what I wanted to do. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Now, what did you do once you got out of high school?
Well, I worked 6 jobs.
Wow.
Because in boarding school, they wouldn't let you have a job. So I left high school with no money, and Mum was like, if you want it, you get it yourself, girlfriend. So I was like, roger that, Emma. So I went and left school, worked 6 jobs for maybe 6 months, and then I actually moved to San Francisco on my own, and 3 weeks after turning 18. So my 6 jobs funded my trip to go overseas, and then I was an au pair for a year. An au pair is like an international live-in nanny situation. So
that's cool.
Yeah, how random.
Yeah. So how long were you in San Francisco for?
I was over there for 18 months. I lived in a suburb of San Francisco, which was in the East Bay. That was called... What was it called? Los Altos, I'm pretty sure. Los Altos.
Oh my gosh.
So that was near Mountain View, which is where Facebook and YouTube and all of those, Silicon Valley kind of situation. Yeah. So I was there for 6 months, and then I moved to a different family for my last 6 months, and they were near the University of Berkeley. I don't know if you know that one.
No,
Berkeley.
But I'll pretend.
It's a very big university over there, very big, frat party situation.
Cool.
So yeah, it was a time and a half for sure.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. And then you moved back. You didn't move to Kalgoorlie?
No. So I was actually born and raised in Kalgoorlie. Never in a million years did I think I would ever come home.
A lot of people say that.
I know, it's like a boomerang effect. You leave and you come right back. But after San Francisco, I moved back to Perth. Yep. I took another, I want to say, 6 months off to work full time to save up to buy a car. And then I started uni, and then COVID hit. So it was a bit of a crazy time. I was a part of that, I guess, generation where 3 weeks into starting your university course, COVID hit. So everything shifted to online. It was really bizarre, but it was cool. Yeah. It was just not the normal uni experience. But it's all right. Did me wonders. I'm here. So, yeah.
Yeah. What were you studying at uni?
So I originally started with just a Bachelor of Arts majoring in journalism. Oh, and then I was like, maybe I want to open some more doors for myself. What is something that I could do anywhere, anytime situation? And that for me was marketing. So I then went into a Bachelor of Communications, majoring in journalism and marketing. So I think that's really good for radio too, because in a way you need to market yourself somehow, and you 100%. Do a very good job of that.
Thank
FYI,
you.
with your social media. No, you do. I don't think you're just known as Abby from Edge FM. You're known as a lot of things. Abby who loves Pepsi Max, and Abby who loves TikTok and all these different things. So you've done it very well. I don't know if you've intentionally done that, but you've done that very well. After uni, I started a podcast club at uni as well, actually.
That's
because
really cool.
there was nothing like that. I went to a university called Curtin, and it was very like print media, ABC focused, and
Yep.
like cool if that's what is up your alley. But for me, I was like, let's talk about Tate McRae. I want to talk about
Yes.
pop artists. Like,
You were more FM than AM kind of vibe.
yes,
Yep.
which is so ironic because the Triple M that I currently cover is an AM station.
Really?
But yeah, which is really bizarre.
go.
But it's okay. I get to talk about some cool people, so it's fine.
Yes.
But I started, the podcast, the Curtain Podcast Society, and it has just taken off. It is doing so well, and it's something I look back on, and I'm so grateful that I did that, because if there was someone like me who was interested in something like that, I'm sure there were tons of other people, and now there's finally a forum for them to express their passion, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. So, what was your very first job in radio?
Well, this is hilarious. So,
excited.
during the COVID times, you know how
Yes.
Nova has the Casanovas or the Roadrunners or the
yep.
Supernovas. I'm not sure what they call them now, but
Love it.
they drive the cars, they give out free stuff and whatnot. So when was it, the first year of COVID, let's say, I was that person that would call every week. Hi, are there any internships? Hi, it's Abbey again. The lady who was the receptionist definitely knew my number and was probably like, not her again.
Yeah.
Situation.
Block the number.
Yeah, decline. But after a few months of doing that, I was like, I should probably calm down. Anyway, my friend on Instagram sent me a job ad to be a Casanova, and I jumped straight on that train. Also, me thinking it was voluntary, so I went to this interview, and the guy was like, "Oh, this is your hourly rate," and I was like, "Wait, I get paid?" He was like, "Girl, it's not voluntary," and I was like, I was so prepared to come in here and not get paid a thing.
Yep.
He was like, "Well, you've definitely got the job," so which is good.
You guys are getting paid?
I know. I think I just was so hungry for getting my foot in the door that I was prepared to do whatever. I
was
guess
the
that's how the
same.
journey started. Yeah.
I would have done that for free, 100%. Like, the fact that we're getting paid to work our dream jobs is just insane
Right?
every single day. Like,
Bizarre.
I get paid for this? What do you mean?
It's crazy. Crazy.
Do you remember your very first time on air? Like, what was that experience like?
Oh, my first time on air, I want to say, like in a proper studio, is when I was asked to learn how to do assistant producing for Nathan, Nat and Sean for Nova in Perth. They're the breakfast show.
Yeah.
And when I got asked to learn this kind of job, I actually cried in front of the manager. I started bawling, and he was like, "Am I making the right choice for you to learn how to do this?" And I was like, "Absolutely, David." Anyway, so of course he told the team that I cried when I got offered to help out.
Oh.
So they made a segment out of it. They were like, "Have you ever just wanted to work with someone so much that when you got the call, you cried?" And they were like, "Well, Abbey here did." So I had to chat about that. And I've actually got a video of myself doing this, and I look back on it and I was like, she's so nervous. Like, I had a COVID mask in my hand. I was fiddling, and I go, "Girl, what are you doing? Girl, what are you doing?" And then I remember my first time doing my actual on-air job here in Kalgoorlie. My first time on air was a conundrum. I didn't know how to panel properly. I was pressing the wrong buttons. My manager was in the room next to me, and he was like, "I can't hear it." And I was like, anyway, you live and we learn.
We live and we learn. I was about to
we live
say
and we
that.
learn. We live and we learn.
about to
But now, like, going back to when I started this job a year ago to how I sound now, the difference is incredible. Like, I did not,
Insane.
I'm sure you can also relate to that
Yeah.
from when you first started in radio to where you are now. Like, your vocabulary, your tightness, everything. It's just a whole
voices
different
change
ballgame.
so
Yeah.
much.
Do you ever get asked the question, like, do you have a radio voice or is this your normal voice?
Same. I mean, like, we do, but we don't at the same time. Like, we're not trying really hard to put a voice on, but at the same time, we're not like ourselves 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird. I think
Yeah.
this job has definitely helped me release my inner bogan. I don't know how to explain that, but maybe it's because I'm in a country town. I don't know.
The metro people can't relate.
No, absolutely not. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I understand. My other question was, who are your role models in the industry? Like, who are some announcers you look up to?
Oh, Abbey, that is a really tough one.
There's heaps, hey. There's so many. But is there anyone that sticks out to you?
Smallsy has always stood out to me.
Yeah.
And he was an incredible person to work with as well, because I have
from
worked with
day
him.
one for you as well, on the bus.
Right on the bus, 15-year-old Abbey, listening to what he was giving away. Yeah, we'll deep dive more into working with him later, but he was incredible to work with, and he was a great mentor in a way as well. Like, I would sit down, ask him questions, and he was really present to answer them for me and direct me and whatnot. Another person that I think is a really good role model is actually, his name is Nathan Morris. He is on Nathan, Nat and Sean from Nova in Perth. And he's actually from Kouli as well, which is really cool. So we got along very well. Whenever things are going on in his life, sometimes he'll call me. I'll call him for advice. It's really special. Yeah. He went on Big Brother. That's how he got his name, essentially. Back in the day. Yeah, those two are probably really big ones for me. And Ash London as well. Yeah. I love her. Obsessed.
Love her. Yes.
Obsessed.
So let's talk more about the experience at Nova, because that's something that not everyone has the opportunity to do. That's huge. Talk about your experience with that.
All right. So, as you know, it all started in Perth.
Yeah.
Thinking I was going to be a volunteer.
Yes.
Nova. But in that building, I put my hand up to do anything and everything, because I feel like when you do that, people are like,
that's what you got to do.
She's hungry. Yeah, exactly right. So I did sales for 5 minutes. I did reception for another 5 minutes. I did like promotions for another 10.
Oh, this is so relatable.
Just, yeah. And you just move around the building, you learn everything. And I've heard you talk about that as well. I'm not sure where, probably on your podcast, but actually.
It's like doing the dishes, like the most random stuff.
Yes, cleaning the kitchen.
Exactly
right, exactly. And so there's a drive show on Nova called Ricky, Lee, Tim and Joel. And whenever any of those three would come to Perth, I would be the one that would look after them. And I'd always, because Joel would come over a lot. He's from Perth, Joel Creasy. So whenever he'd come over, his producers would be like, Abby, these are Joel's favourite snacks. Can you please go and get them? And I'd make the studio look so pretty for him.
Oh, I love
and like print out all of his liners and, you know, all of the forms that he needed. So his producers and I became like, we had a good relationship. And I kind of thought outside of the box. You know, uni was finishing in Perth. There were not any jobs really available or looking promising for me to step into a situation. So I was like, what can I do here to get creative? So I messaged his producer and I was like, hey, I'm coming over to Sydney to visit some family. I'd love to do some work experience if that's a possible opportunity. And she was like, absolutely, let's do it. I didn't have family in Sydney. I didn't know anyone. I booked a red-eye flight 2 days later and jumped on the plane and did that 5-hour flight, and I didn't even know how to work the bloody train system, Abby. So here's me walking through Sydney with my big suitcase, like da-di-da-di-da. I don't know how many kilometres I walked, but hey, we got there. We got to Nova, and I remember I was sitting in with Ricky, Lee, Tim and Joel and their producers, and apparently someone told me Smallsy saw me, and they were like, who is that? And someone was like, she flew here from Perth to do work experience, and he was like, well, give her a bloody job. Like which was really cool. And I didn't know that till I got the job over there. But the role, it was a hybrid role of working with Smallsy and looking after his promotions. So looking after what he gave away on air.
Wow.
And coordinating Nova's Red Rooms. So that was the job that was up for grabs. And the hiring manager sat me down and she was like, look, I really love your initiative. There's so many people applying for this job, but is this something you'd be interested in? And I was like, hands down. Her name was Abby.
Hell yeah.
So, she was, her name is Abby Delmenico, so Abby D. So when I got the job, she was Abby D, I was Abby C. Worked out very well.
A couple of Abbies in the industry.
I know, Abbies thrive. It's an Abby thing. So, I got that job, and it's so ironic because, as I mentioned before, 15-year-old Abbey used to obsess about what Smallsy used to give away on his show. And who would have thought, 23 years old, I'd be looking after that. Like, that was my job, insane. To organise what he was giving away. I know!
Telling your 15-year-old self
that's going to be my job.
Like,
crazy.
That's crazy. You've come so far. And then...
it's just bonkers.
Was Kalgoorlie the next step, or was there something in between?
Oh, no. So, yes, Kalgoorlie was the next place that I moved. So I was only in Sydney for about 4 or 5 months, so not long at all. So I moved my life for that short amount of time. But the job in Kalgoorlie, it was on air, and I've always wanted to be on air. It's only taken me it probably took me about 8 months to really get over the fact that like leaving Sydney wasn't a bad decision, because Sydney is such a hub for media, and you're in front of all the right people.
100%.
All the events are there, you know, everything is going on in Sydney, and moving to a regional WA town that you grew up in is like, Abby, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I don't think it mattered actually where it was about what the job was. And
the fact that it was in your hometown is just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. Never in a million years.
You couldn't pass that up, right?
No, and it's so handy. For example, like the mayor of the city of Kalgoorlie Boulder, he used to do this job for 20 years. So I've actually known him since I was a young kid. And
you're taking over the mayor.
Right? Crazy.
Cool.
It is bizarre, but like even interviewing him for the show, it's like two mates having a chat because we've known each other. He's known me like nearly my whole life. Yeah. So
That's incredible.
Really whack.
What's the population of Kalgoorlie?
Around 30,000, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I thought it was a little bit smaller, but no, 30,000, like that's pretty good. And you're loving it there?
I do love it. I think I am definitely starting to feel ready for a new challenge. I've been here for nearly 2 years. Yeah, but I still love my job. I love my job so much. Like, my boss was like, how are you going with it? I was like, weirdly, I still feel like I'm at uni.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like...
I don't know if this is just me, but like, you feel like you're learning something new every single day.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Even if it's like for yourself or what your listeners want, or how to work a particular part of your software, or I don't even know, but I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, every single day. Sure. Like, one day you'll feel like you know everything, and the next you just be like, oh my gosh, I'm learning things left, right, and center. Like, this job is just so rewarding and educating. It's crazy every single day.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
different to the next. I love it. I love it.
It is different every day. Absolutely.
Now, I have been dying to ask you this, and I've been saving it for the podcast because
oh my gosh, I'm so intrigued.
No, I'm so excited because I need to ask you. Please tell me about the Acras. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. It's insane. I'm gonna stop crying.
The Acras. What a night.
I'll insert a photo of you at the Acras because it's a beautiful photo, and I'm very jealous, and I wish it was me in your shoes.
Those shoes were so uncomfortable, actually. I bought them from and they were so hard to walk in. But, so, as you can imagine, Abs, like, I got a ticket through I didn't pay for it. I got given it because there were a few left over for Nova, and your name gets put in a ballot and gets drawn out, and my name got drawn out. So that's how I got a ticket to the Acras. But I borrowed my friend's dress. I was feeling myself. I was like, I feel really good. I get in my... Beautiful. Well, thank you. I get in my Uber, and he goes, how far along are you? And I was like, no, don't dull my sparkle.
No,
I was like, brother, I am not pregnant. I just had a big meal. How dare you?
I heard you told him that.
I did. I was like, I've actually just eaten a really big meal. I'm not pregnant. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's a food baby, darling.
And I was like, okay, thanks, no worries. Anyway, so I was like, Abby, we need to get over this moment because you're about to have the best time of your life. So we got over it. Anyway, that's how the night started. And then I actually got asked to help out with, like, behind... What was it? I think it was when people were arriving, like, guiding people through. So I got to see, like, the big... radio people, Abby. Like, it was, I was standing there and I was like, fangirl to the T. But everyone else there was like, this is normal, rowdy rah, there's Carl Sandilands, there's Jackie. You know, my shoulder touched Jackie O's shoulder and she would have no idea. I remember.
So Jackie O's saying, my shoulder touched Abbey Cullen's shoulder.
Yeah, you know the girl from Kalgoorlie in WA? Yeah, that one.
I don't even want an award. I don't even want a nomination. I just want to meet everyone and have the vibe and just like be and like sitting there in the room and like watching other people get awards. I'd be like, oh my God.
It was amazing. I was there the year that there was actually a bit of a stitch up. What was it? 2023, I think. So they accidentally read.
Yeah, I think I remember this.
Yeah, they read the wrong person they read like, anyway, it was, I was sitting there and I was like, yay! And they were like, Abby, don't yay. We've stopped up. Anyway, I was just living my best life. But no, it was incredible. And it was just like, I can't believe that was my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, The Acras were
Acras-
amazing. I can't wait to be there with you one day. It's going to be
Well,
so much fun.
Not this year because they've cancelled.
I know. I was so devo about that.
I actually have been saving audio from this.
So have I.
year.
I've made a portfolio.
Me too. I had a folder, and then they said they cancelled, and I was like,
There goes my
I was
folder.
literally standing in line at like Movie World in the Gold Coast, and this article came up on my Facebook, and I was like, you just ruined my whole day. You've literally just.
Do you know, I reckon if the Acras were going ahead this year, we'd fall under the same category. We'd probably be going up against each other. Would you be going up for new on-air talent or something? That's what I... Bring it on, girlfriend!
Abby versus Abby.
That would have been so good. Oh, I love that.
But like, even if like one of us, like say you won it, like I would just be like, it would be insane. I would not have jealousy at all. I'd just be in
Neither
awe.
would
Like,
I.
I'd
I
be
think
like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Agreed.
everyone in this industry is so talented in their own way. And every single day when I discover a new person in the industry, I'm like, oh my gosh, like they do that differently. And that's so cool how they do that. And it's just like, I feel like this industry, everyone just helps each other out. It's such a great family
agree.
friendly industry. Honestly, it's great. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's awesome.
Oh my gosh. One day, Abs. We'll be there together one day.
We better be walking that red carpet. Now your job now. So we've come to present day. So you're obviously a workday announcer. What time are you on air?
So I'm on air from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Western time.
Yeah, we're different time zones.
I know, when we were trying to organise this chat, we were we're like Tweedledee and Tweedledum, yeah. We were like, wait, so you're 2 hours behind and you're 2 hours in front, and then we still couldn't get it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so 6 p.m. Is that 8 or 4 for you? Wait, no.
It's okay. We're in it together. We are in it together. So 9 till 2 is my time slot now, but it was at the beginning of this year 10 till 3. But last year I did breakfast, so I was on from 6 till 9. So I've had like 3 different time slots in the past 2 years, which is really cool.
So obviously those time slots are all very different. What do you prefer, I suppose?
I miss breakfast a lot.
Really?
I love breakfast. Waking up at 4:30, don't get me wrong, it was hard.
You'd wake up early.
Yes, early nights, early mornings. It was hard, but it was so cool getting to drive everyone to work. Like, it was fantastic. And then, but don't get me wrong, I never thought I'd go down the route of workday announcing. I just never thought it was up my alley situation. But it's such a skill. Workday announcing is such a skill. Like,
There's a lot to it.
Yeah. Like, you need to figure out how to, with breakfast, you've got such a longer time period for a talk break.
Yep.
And how you can use your vocabulary and you can be a little bit more loose, right? But with workday,
it's very
like
tight.
you need so tight. You need to say like a paragraph in 10 words somehow. You need to figure out how to utilize your vocabulary in like a clever way. It's bizarre.
Like, you need to talk about that local event. There's a whole page of information, but I need you to do it in 20 seconds. And I'm like,
yeah. What? So that is a skill and a half, and I've definitely, like, before we started recording this episode today, like I was saying to you how, it's just crazy to me. You can hear the difference from where you were a year ago to where you are now. It's so cool.
100%. 100%. I feel like your voice definitely changes. Do you get people saying to you that your voice has changed or matured or...
My mum is, my mum, she says from when I started, you could tell how nervous I was. And now she's like, you just don't shut up. I'm like, yeah, well, what can I say?
I feel like once you get confident, like once you get comfortable, you get confident. That's my saying.
Oh, 100%.
Do you get to interview people often?
I do. It's very fun.
Because I wanted to ask, who's like the coolest person you've interviewed, or is there anyone we would know?
I've interviewed Sushi Mango. Do you know who they are? They're a bunch of comedians.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've interviewed them. I've interviewed... Do you know the band Old Mervs?
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, so my friend is actually the drummer for that band. So whenever I've done a regional WA stage show, they're from WA, I always get them on to talk about regional WA music. Gojo. I interviewed Gojo this year.
No way.
The Eurovision guy.
Wow.
The Milkshake Man. Who else? Oh, do you know, there was a guy from WA last year who went on American Idol. His name was Jordan Anthony. So I interviewed him.
Yeah. I've heard of
Yeah.
him before, yeah. I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen his clips on TikTok.
Probably. Yeah, he's a fantastic singer.
Yeah.
That is, in Amy Shark. I've interviewed Amy Shark as well.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Go
I went
off.
to her
That's cool.
concert. That's really
She's
cool.
cool. Yeah. What about you? Who have you interviewed?
I feel like you should come back to me in a couple months' time.
Okay,
Because
Oh.
I live in a place that has a very big music festival in October, and so we get a lot of really cool acts. It's a pretty bogan festival, I'm not gonna lie. Just on the down low, it's I have never been, but it's very country. But they get really cool artists. Like Amy Shark was at one, I don't know if it was, I think it was last year. But they get people like Keith Urban, they get like they've had Kelly Clarkson. This year they've got the Wiggles, so I'm interviewing the Wiggles.
Oh my gosh, stop it! That is going to be one for the
Hopefully.
bucket list. I love that.
And then we have like we have interviews that lead up to the event as well. So I've already started interviewing people.
Well, I
I've
saw that your
interviewed a few.
boss interviewed Lauren Spencer Smith. You were
I
upset
was
about
so
that.
mad. I was like,
I've met
"You
her.
are joking. Have you really?
I have met her. Yeah, we did a Nova's Red Room with her, and she was gorgeous. I felt so bad, so I had to look after her, like her artist writer, which
Yeah.
means like looking after what's in her green room and whatnot. And I bought her bananas. Right, she was wanting bananas, and one of the bananas I dropped. And Abby, I felt so, I was like, I've just dropped Lauren Spencer Smith's banana.
Empath in empath in you.
The inner empath in me. Yeah, it was not as, anyway, but I was so excited to tell you that because I didn't realise you were such a fan of her. But she's a
I
very
have
beautiful
been-
person.
Like, I have had her songs in my playlist since year 10, year 11, and everyone's finding her on TikTok now, and I'm like, bro, like,
She's been big for ages in our brains.
literally, in our
Yeah.
music-obsessed crazy brains, like, she's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They just came back to me, Tori Dark, she's pretty cool. She just
Tori
released a new
Dark.
song. She's a country
Okay.
artist, but she was on The Voice, and I interviewed her, so she was cool.
Oh, look out.
Yeah, and then from talking about the interviews, my next question was like, what has been your biggest like career highlight so far? Is there a pinch me moment that stands out to you, do you reckon?
Yes. So with my career so far, when I did Nova's Red Rooms, we did a one-on-one Nova's Red Room with Teddy Swims, and I got to stand in the room while he performed to just us, and it was incredible. That is my peak for sure.
How old were you?
That was my first Nova's Red Room. So that was my first performance on the job. I was 23. Yeah. I was
Oh,
23.
that's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I would have been like, am I dreaming right now?
It's how it felt. Like I go back onto my phone and watch those videos and I just go, how was that my life?
Is Teddy Swims' voice as angelic in real life as online?
It's better in real life. Like it's one of those voices that you're just like, how is this coming out of you?
Like, are you real?
Yeah, you're an angel. True angel. Yeah,
wow.
so that's probably a definite pinch me moment. I went to an event with Morgan Evans and Keita Alexander and they did like a little one-on-one. That
How's
was
Keita Alexander?
she's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've seen so much online about her. Is she like amazing in real life?
She's so tall. She is so tall.
Really?
Yes, I was like, hey.
Hi, how's the weather up
Hey,
there?
how's it going up there? She
taller
was
you?
very lovely. I'm like 5'4". I'm short.
Really?
5'4", is that right? Maybe 5'6", maybe, I don't know. I'm 164 centimeters, so whether that's
Yeah, well,
5'4" or 5'6", I don't know.
I think I'm like 172, so you're shorter than me. But
Okay, yeah, I'm
Wow.
shorter than you.
for the listeners, guys,
Yeah.
we've been friends for a while, but we've never met. So we've been online
This
friends.
is our
In the
life.
in the past week, we've spoken, we've done podcasts. Definitely go and watch the Far Far Away podcast, from Far Far Away podcast. Because, little plug, Abby has an amazing podcast.
So does the other Abby. A1 and A2.
There you go. Who's A1, who's A2, you'll never know.
For us to know you to find out.
Exactly. Now, it's Q&A time!
I'm so intrigued for this because I saw this on your Instagram and I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. What kind of questions are going to be out here?
Also, I will plug your socials down below. So make sure to go follow Abby, guys. Okay. So Michael has asked you, do you find it tough being a female in the radio industry?
Fun fact, Michael, I'm the first female announcer on Triple M that the Goldfields has ever had. So it was a very big adjustment for the listeners, I think. And with Triple M, like, it's a big dad station, right? So maybe that's why I've become a bit more bogan. I don't know. But that will probably sum it up. But I think, you know what, if I was in a different region, an unfamiliar region where I didn't grow up, I think it would be a bit more tricky for me. But I think I've had the satisfaction of being really aware of my region because I grew up here. I think that's really lucky on my behalf because not everyone gets that.
Yeah, 100%. Ava has asked, what is the best way to get into radio?
Say you want to volunteer. When it's a paid job. Just really, like, obviously don't annoy, but just show that you're so hungry for it.
Yes.
I think when you use your initiative creatively and when you show that you're eager and that you've got a good work ethic, why wouldn't they hire you? They'd be silly billies not to hire you.
100%. I think that's, the same. Like, that would be my answer too. Like,
I feel like we've got a very similar, like...
We kind of do, yeah. Like, I started with work experience. I feel like that's a very good start. Just to show that you're interested kind of thing.
Yeah.
Someone's confused. Will said, are you doing a podcast with yourself? Because he saw Abby. And he was
Double trouble, Will.
oh my Lord. Jed has asked, do you yourself listen to any old school music? Like 60s, 70s, 80s, or are you more into modern day music?
Oh, I love Billy Joel.
There we go.
Love Billy Joel. A bit of Piano Man. Uptown Girl, yes.
Love it. The classics.
What else? I love like old school music for sure, but I'm also a lover of new and upcoming artists and Aussie music for sure. I love supporting Aussie music, but I love talking about like Sabrina Carpenter and Tate McRae. I've already said Tate McRae. I'm obsessed with her.
I love Tate McRae.
I think she's
come back to Australia.
Yeah, she is just like one creative chickie babe. She can dance. She just does it all. And he's been like trying to learn her dances from TikTok. And I'm like, how does she bend like that?
I'm like, how do you do the splits on top of a car?
Right? Exactly right. Yeah. Tried that one. Didn't work out too well, but no.
So you've got a wide variety of music tastes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm still like, it's funny because when you have like a little DJ deck, right? I feel like we've bought this at the same time, which is so weird. So yeah, anyway, I've been trying to like get into DNB, like try new genres and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
What am I doing?
Here's me like subbing in Billy Joel with Tate McRae, like this goes.
Subbing my music genres into each other. Uptown Girl and Greedy by Tate.
My friends are like, Abby, what is this? And I was like, it's all right, I'll put Fred again on. It's all good.
Yeah, literally. I'll just put some Tom Dollar on. Give me a second.
Yeah, we're good. We're fine. Anyway, yeah.
I love that.
So I think my music taste really varies.
100%, yeah. I feel like it's also like who's in the room too. Like
yes.
Who you're in the car with. Like you gotta adjust your playlist to who's in the car with you.
Absolutely.
Wade has asked, do you support AFL / who do you support?
Wade, I love AFL. I support the Dockers, so the Fremantle Dockers. Yeah. A lot of footy players that play for the Eagles or the Dockers actually, more so I think the Eagles, they actually have come from Kalgoorlie. So a lot of names in the AFL, which is really cool. My friend's brother plays for the Lions, so whenever the Lions come to Perth, I always have to support them.
Yeah, cool.
No, I love the AFL. Weirdly, I grew up with two boys, so I'm very vocal when footy comes on the TV. So I'm that person that yells ball every 5 minutes. So yes, I love footy, Wade.
Is there a reason you go for Dockers?
I didn't really get a choice. You know, growing up with those two boys when I was younger, if I didn't go for the Dockers, I'd probably get, you know, a bit of a belting. So didn't really get a choice there, Abs. But I guess purple's a pretty colour too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if this is Kim or KJM, has asked, who's the most famous person you've met?
Ooh, okay.
I like that question.
The most famous
Have you met
person...
someone more famous than Teddy Swims and Amy Shark? I feel like they.
I feel like Teddy Swims is probably really up there. I've met Joel Corey and Topic,
That's cool.
like the DJs.
Yeah.
I want to say probably Teddy is probably the most famous person
That's
I've
a really
met.
good answer, though. That's really impressive.
Yeah, right?
I'm impressed.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll say Teddy Swims. Yeah.
I feel like that can have an extension question, like who's the most famous person you've met in radio? Because at the Acras, did you have a little chat with Kyle and Jackie O, or like?
Oh no, just my shoulder brush, Jackie O. Nothing chatty about that. I met Will and Woody at the Acras.
That's so cool.
Actually, yes, met Will and Woody.
That's really cool.
I'm
jealous. Of that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. To end on a funny note, I'm actually friends with this influencer, Josh from Melbourne, and he's asked, why can't we hear Hot Potato instead of Benson Boone every 5 minutes?
Hot Potato from the Wiggles. Oh my gosh, maybe when you interview them later on in the year, Abs, you can ask for a little Edge FM studio session. I don't know.
Yes, I need to get them to start singing.
Yes, I love that.
Do you feel like there's like any songs that you just constantly hear all the time? Or is it like very different on your station?
Do you know what? There's actually one song, and I can't remember how it goes right now, but I hear it everywhere since I've started working at Triple M.
Who's the artist?
No idea.
It's just like, something that's repetitive.
It's on one of our ads. Oh, it's like, are you living in the year? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know what it is.
That's going to haunt you now. You're going to be so...
Bye. But I had a Sunday brunch on Sunday, and all my mates came over, and I put on like a old school Sunday morning reset playlist that Spotify just did up. And that song came on, and I was like, triggered.
Skip.
Get it off.
I feel like that would be the time where you run out of skips. It would be like, nah, you can't skip this song.
Yeah, well, for sure. No, nobody else realised it, but I was sitting in my chair. I was also a bit hungover, but I was sitting in my chair and I was like, absolutely not. Nope.
Aren't Mondays the worst? Like, after a big weekend, you're sitting there, you're like, oh my gosh.
Do you know what? It was handy because this week, Triple M had a no talk day. So yesterday, I planned my week and whatnot.
I saw this.
Yeah, so it was very good. I could just do my thing in my own space. It was fantastic.
I like that. Wrapping up the podcast, I have one more question that you actually asked me on the podcast but I had it planned before as well. So great minds think alike.
Ooh.
Huge question. It's a make or break. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
Really?
I'm one of them, Abby. This is the only difference we have.
No.
Yeah, what? I can't. I don't know. I'm more of I'm a weird pizza gal. I like pumpkin, spinach.
She's a gourmet girl.
And I like a bit of, what else? I like the sauteed chicken kind of pizzas.
Okay, well, I'm allergic, so.
Oh, no. Are you a peanut? Are you a peanut? Are you allergic to peanuts? Are you allergic to peanuts?
I'm a nut allergy girly.
Oh,
yeah.
That's okay. Oh,
what does
that's
satay
right.
taste like? Greatness.
Peanuts. But no, pineapple on pizza for me, absolute no.
What about pineapple by itself?
Yeah, for sure. Love pineapple.
See, I just love pineapple on everything. Put it on anything, I'll eat it.
Not on a pizza. No.
Well,
No,
thank you so much for jumping on. I've had so much fun. Learning about your whole career is amazing. Thank you so much for jumping on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Abs. And, at the end of my podcast, you mentioned how fun it was to jump on. It's been such a pleasure to jump on yours. I think you're so young and you are achieving such incredible things. I think you've got such a bright future ahead of you. I hope that you know that. I hope that you can see that. And I think it's always nice to be reminded of that because you obviously don't see you through other people's eyes. And you're doing very well. I'm not sure if you saw it. There's a man in our industry called Tim Lee. Do you know who that is?
Bro, are you kidding me?
Oh, sorry, dumb question.
He's like my idol. Sometimes I respond to his stories with a love heart and he'll put the love hands back and I'm like, fangirl. I love him so much.
A little while ago, he put on his stories announcers to look out for, and you were on there. I think there were 5, and you were on there. And I think that is something you really need to remember, because, girl, you're going places.
Oh, thank you. Well, hopefully one day we can maybe host a little brekkie show together.
Oh my gosh, wake up with Abby and Abby, A1 and A2.
A1 and B2? No, it's A1 and B2.
A1 and A2. Oh, double A.
Maybe when we're old and retired, we can start our own little community radio show.
That would be nice.
Wouldn't that be cute?
That would be cute. Okay, we'll lock that in for the books. That sounds like a
Awesome.
plan, Stan.
50 years'
Beautiful.
time, we'll be sitting in the studio together.
God, dangerous combo.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. I really appreciate it. It's been so entertaining listening to your story and just so inspiring as well. I really appreciate it.
No worries, Abs. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will link Abby's socials down below. Make sure to go give her a follow. Give her so much love. And watch her podcast too, because it's amazing as well. I love it. Thank you so much for jumping on, Abby, and have a great rest of your night.
You too. Bye.